There is light at the end of the tunnel,
and we'll do our best to get there.
We want equality for everybody.
We all want to live a life that's fair.
We all want peace in a beautiful homeland.
When we disagree, we try to understand.
We love and respect one another.
Love and respect go hand in hand.
the world is full of amazing people.
They try to be our best too.
If you want respect, you need to give it.
Respect for me and you.
We all want peace in our beautiful homeland.
When we disagree, we try to understand.
We love and respect one another.
Love and respect go hand in hand.
At home, in my place, I found happiness. Living it leaves only tears. We will build this future together. Throughout the years, we all want peace in a beautiful homeland. When we disagree, we try to understand. We love and respect one another. Love and respect go hand in hand. We're heart to heart. We're heart to heart. We're heart to heart. We're heart to heart.
We're heart to heart.
We love and respect one another. Love and respect go hand in hand. We're heart to heart. We're heart to heart. We're heart to heart. We're heart to heart. We're heart to heart.
Welcome everyone to our first weekly review. This is a time for us to sit together and think about the week that went by and get ready for the week that's to come. I'm going to give each of you a card, and on the card there is a sentence, a direction. It's written in English and also in French because these are Canadian cards, and in Canada the two official languages are English and French. So if you don't understand the English, try the French. If you don't understand the English or the French, ask someone to help you. You're going to get a card and then you're going to get up, we're going to walk around, and when I say partner, you're going to turn to someone and each of you are going to share what the card says. We're coming to the end of week 1 and you guys did a whole bunch of stuff. You moved into your cabin, you've been living together, eating all the camp food, you've gone swimming, you learned about comfort zones, learning zones, danger zones, and you talked about safe space and the rules you need for the group. You also did some mindfulness where you and you found your emotions in your bodies. You were put into dyads, your partners were talking. So I'm going to give each of you 4 stickers. Red means something you enjoyed. Green means something that challenged you. Yellow means something that surprised you. And blue means something you want to try out more next week. Take your stickers and put them on the places that match your answers. So something you enjoyed, something that challenged you, something that surprised you, something that you want to do next week. I'm going to give each of you a card and something to write with. On one side, I want you to write in whatever language you want, one way that you grew in the last week, and on the other side, one way that you want to grow in the coming week.
I developed my language and my personality this week, and next week I want to develop my passion.
This week I became calmer, like in everything, just more relaxed. And I would love to get more people, to get to know more people, and to grow as friends. Not only like the Canadians, but this group, like the people that I didn't get to talk to.
Assalam Safayati, Assalam Safayati, Assalam Safayati, Ahomena. Assalam Safayati, Assalam Safayati, Assalam Safayati, Ahomena. Salam, Aleina wala kule alam. Salam, 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 Aleina wala kule alam. Salam, salam.
أنا جمانة يحيى من كفر القرية. أنا صرت 18 سنة عشان هيك أنا راح أنزل أصوت.
בתור נוער אין לנו את הזכות של המצביעים, אז אם בן אדם לא הולך ומצביע, לא משנה למי הוא מצביע, הוא בעצם לוקח באיזשהו מקום גם את זכות הבחירה שלי, והוא משפיע על העתיד שלי, ושזה כאילו משפיע עליי. זה כמו שההורים שלי לא ילכו לקלפי ולא יצביעו, אז הם כאילו בעצם שוללים ממני את העתיד, והם לוקחים כאילו את זכות הבחירה גם שלי באיזשהו מקום בתור הילדה שלהם.
As a first time voter, especially that I'm 18 now, I felt responsible to inspire others that are my age or first time voters or second time voters to actually get up and do it as I am trying my best to do it, and that it's time for us, the new generations, to take action so we can actually roll this world into a better world.
اثنين، أنا كثير فخورة في حالي وفخورة بينا إنه يعني ناس اللي إحنا أساساً بعدنا مش مصوتين ومش راح نصوت، اللي إحنا بندعم إنه هاي الفكرة وإحنا اللي بننمي فيها، وهذا الإشي كثير راح يفيدنا لقدام لأنه من عنا بيبدأ كل شيء، وبتمنى الإشي راح يتطور أكثر وأكثر، وأنا راح أبقى أول داعمة للإشي.
גם נתן לי ממש הרגשה טובה. אני אישית החזקתי שיש כתוב עליו בערבית, שזה משהו שכאילו לא עשיתי את זה לפני, מבחינת לצאת לרחוב וכל זה, וזה נתן לי כאילו כוח להמשיך, והראה לי עוד יותר מה המשמעות של ארט טו ארט ולמה התכלית הזאת כל כך חשובה, וזה נתן לי יותר כוח כאילו לצאת ולהשפיע גם בעניין הבחירות, בעיקר בעניין הבחירות.
أنا آدم. بدكم حدا يقرر عن مستقبلكم مستقبل أولادكم؟ أنا شخصياً بديش، فروحوا صوتوا وأثروا. المستقبل من إيديكم.
اسمعوا مصوتين؟ وين اثنين ثلاثة. الانتخابات بتأثر على مستقبلنا. صوتوا.
everyone, welcome to Building Heart 2020, the virtual edition. I hope you all got a feel for camp from the last video that you saw. Obviously, this is the first time that we're doing this, and we are really excited to put on a great show for everyone tonight. We're so grateful to you for tuning in from wherever you are. Heart to Heart is all about community and connection. So while we're not connecting tonight in our traditional way, being in one room, or maybe as much as we'd like to, I really hope we can all feel the spirit of the evening tonight and get a little more connected through the chat on YouTube. So if you haven't yet watched the tutorial on how to find the chat that was sent out to you in an email you got around 5 p.m., you have my permission to ignore me for a moment and check that out. If you've already found the chat, I would love for you to just say hello and maybe share one reason that you decided to join tonight's event. And I hope that in general, we can use the chat so that we can all feel the whole community that's gathered tonight, even though we're all doing so from our separate homes. I also want to acknowledge that these are incredibly challenging, unusual, and stressful times. And I really want to extend my heartfelt wishes for all of your health and safety through this period. Heart to Heart is about people coming together to make a difference. And I appreciate that we are all coming together to keep one another safe by staying apart. Usually at the beginning of our events, I like to share a land acknowledgement as part of a reminder and a commitment to take up the work of reconciliation. Not gathering all together in one place has had me thinking a little more about what it means to do a land acknowledgement. Some thoughts that have come up for me are that in Heart to Heart, so much of what we do is connected with issues around and also connections with land. And I've been feeling very grateful these past few days to live in Canada. And that prompts me to think about all the happy accidents and decisions that went into me being born here and having the privilege to live on this land. On my mother's side, I'm the first generation born in Canada. She was born in Israel after her parents moved there after the Holocaust. On my father's side, he came to Toronto from St. John, New Brunswick via Montreal and Waterloo, and his family were some of the first Jews in St. John. All of these connections to different places all led to me being here in Toronto tonight, gathering with you over the internet, and I'm so grateful to be here. So I want to acknowledge that we are gathered here, I'm gathered here, upon traditional territories. The territories include the Wendat, Anishinaabe Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nations, and the Métis Nation. I also recognize the enduring presence of Aboriginal peoples on this land. And I want to remind us that saying these words does not change realities, but I hope that they can serve as a reminder to do the meaningful work that needs to be done. With that in mind, I'd like to thank you again for being here tonight amidst everything going on. As I said, this is our first time doing a virtual event. One great thing about this model is that it means that more of you than could fit in Hugh's room are able to join us. So whether this is your first time or a bajillionth time at a Heart to Heart event, welcome. Tonight, you will have a chance to see and hear about Heart to Heart's programming and the impact that it has. You'll see some videos, and most importantly, you'll hear directly from Liel and Gigi, our two alumni who are staying up until 3 a.m. to join us live. You'll also hear some great music from Jen, Stacy, and Seth Zosky, and you'll be guided through our Salam Shalom auction by the one and only Dave Keystone. If you haven't already gotten onto our mobile bid platform and checked out the silent auction, I highly recommend it and encourage you to do so right now by texting the number that was sent out in the emails. We will also be running our auction with Dave through that platform, but more on that later. I want to take a moment to thank our incredible lay leaders who have worked so hard. They always work so hard, but recently, in light of everything going on, they've really pulled out all the stops to make tonight's virtual event happen. We are so lucky to have you. I want to also say a special thank you to Mark Diamond and Debbie Michnick, our co-chairs, who you will have a chance to hear from right now.
Good evening. My name is Mark Diamond.
Hi, I'm Debbie Michnick.
And I am co-chair with Debbie Michnick of Heart to Heart. We find ourselves, along with the rest of the world, in a unique, challenging, and unprecedented situation. Like everyone, we're trying to deal with life day by day, and so thinking of the big picture can be difficult. So thanks to all of you for looking outward at a time when it would be so easy just to look inward. Heart to Heart's mission focuses on bringing people together despite the fears that often prevent us from doing so, because we believe connection and partnership are essential to building a better world. Heart to Heart strives to create a truly shared society that can bring light and hope to the larger world. Positive change never happens from the politicians. In fact, it starts with the persistent actions of a few common people doing uncommon things. What started as a summer camp program has evolved into an ever-growing movement, and every dollar of support contributes towards our shared journey together.
We are extending a huge thanks and appreciation to our alumni heroes who are staying up until 3 a.m. to speak to us tonight, live from Israel, and to all the Heart to Heart leadership who have done an exceptional job in putting together this first time ever online Building Heart tonight. We are grateful to work with each of you. And finally, thank you to each of you, our steadfast supporters, and those of you who are our newest community members joining us for the first time tonight. Thank you for listening and sharing this special hour with us. We hope that tonight will remind each of us what truly matters, treating each other with respect and helping to ensure that we build the strongest community possible. May you stay in good health, and may your loved ones stay healthy. With our deepest respect and gratitude from the Heart to Heart team.
I've just found out we're 111 people watching this stream right now. Thank you so much to everyone joining in, and thank you so much to everyone who's writing in on the chat. We are so lucky to have such a wonderful community of supporters, including our many event sponsors for tonight. If you haven't yet looked through the program book, I encourage you to do so and to see all the wonderful people supporting Building Heart, including all of you whose names aren't in the program book, but who we appreciate so much. I am especially grateful to our presenting sponsor, Dr. Barbara Landau, who is our presenting sponsor for the second year in a row in honor of Sana Zahalka, who is also on her way to becoming a doctor. Please enjoy greetings from Barbara now.
Hi, I'm Barbara Landau, and I'm delighted to be part of this Heart to Heart event. About 7 years ago, I met Sana Zahalka, one of my Heart to Heart campers. My vision of what is possible for Israel's future changed immediately. Sana is currently in her second year studying medicine at Ben Gurion University, and she is my Palestinian friend. My transformation came from seeing the incredible power of humanizing the Israeli-Palestinian conflict through the experiences of Sana and other teenage campers. How quickly trust, respect, a sense of shared community, and deep friendship replaced fear, distrust, and hostility. All this happens in 3 weeks at an Ontario summer camp and a few days spent with a host family in Toronto. Recently, more has been added to sustain the goodwill built at camp. Today, the Heart to Heart campers and their parents commit to a 1-year post-camp alumni program, demonstrating the power of their friendship through shared community activities. The Heart to Heart campers are my ambassadors of hope. Please join me in sustaining and growing this wonderful path to peace. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Barbara. I just want to remind you all, thank you so much, Barbara. That was our first technical glitch. That's going to happen. It's our first live stream show. I'll take this moment of interruption to remind you about our silent auction. Make sure you get on MobileBid, maybe check out the Good Doctor item on there. It's a pretty cool opportunity. You have until March 2021 to go to Vancouver and meet the cast of The Good Doctor, which is a great show. So I hope you'll go check that out. I know in general it's maybe a weird time to participate in a silent auction, but life will get back to a new normal and we will be able to leave our houses. So it's a great time to get yourself something to look forward to. We are now going to turn to our alumni speakers, Liel and Gigi. In addition to being incredibly conscientious and passionate young leaders, one of the reasons I was so excited to bring Liel and Gigi to Building Heart this year is because on top of all of that, and on top of having a beautiful friendship that is heartwarming to witness, they also represent two different vantage points in the heart-to-heart journey. Liel, who is soon turning 16, was with us at camp just 8 months ago. Gigi, on the other hand, participated in summer camp back in 2016, which is now almost 4 years ago, and she stayed active with us ever since. In a moment, you'll have a chance to hear directly from Liel. But first, I asked the girls to really get to the heart of what heart-to-heart means for them and the impact that it's had on them. So I'm gonna give you the nuts and bolts for anyone who's less familiar with the program so that you know kind of what happened, what they really experienced. And I hope, again, you got a flavor for it in the video right before we started. So what is heart-to-heart? At its core, Heart-to-Heart is a transformative summer camp experience that cultivates leaders. They come to summer camp in Ontario for 3.5 weeks. Each year, we bring a mixed group. Half of the group is Jewish citizens of Israel, and half of the group is Arab Palestinian citizens of Israel. They come to Canada, they live together, they spend pretty much 24 hours a day together, and they participate in facilitated dialogue and experiential education that enables them to explore their identities and the narratives and power dynamics and politics that shape their everyday lives at home. Of course, they also have an opportunity to participate in regular camp activities and have lots of fun canoeing and doing arts and crafts and sports. And really, those are opportunities for them to form bonds of friendship as well and learn cooperative skills. We also have a chance to explore a little bit about Canada. We learn about Indigenous and settler relations here. We learn about French and English relations here. We go to Parliament, we go to Niagara Falls, we go to Toronto and explore multiculturalism, and we get a chance to learn what's going on here as well. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Liel. Here she comes, any moment.
Hi. Hello, everyone, and good evening. I participated in Heart-to-Heart this past summer, and I'm very excited to be here today. Connections. Heart-to-Heart is about the people, about the connections that create the image we aim to see in our society. When I first met Gigi, I immediately knew I wanted to be this person's best friend. Gigi showed me how two people who come from different backgrounds can relate so much to each other and have such meaningful connection. Two people who probably would never have had the opportunity to meet each other, because here there isn't a lot of interaction between Jews and Palestinians, or at least there isn't a make a friend kind of platform where you both come from a comfortable, confident, and equal place. Here, people say things like cheap Jews and all Arabs are terrorists. Not just the really racist people, but even the ones with good intentions who just say these things without truly understanding the impact of their words. Truth is, before Heart-to-Heart, I didn't have any Arab friends. given the circumstances. And thankfully, Heart to Heart break down those barriers. Back in Toronto, my host family, Ramba and Rwanda, made me feel like home from the moment they informed us about the Wi-Fi password on our way to the house. And my counselor, Muhammad, who I think of every night and is my power and hope for achieving peace. Peace. For some reason, people have been avoiding using this word, peace. Our country is getting more to the right through the years, and by now, peace and lefty count as curse words, as a symbol of weakness and betrayal. People have been avoiding using it as though if you believe in peace, that means you're naive or it shouldn't be taken seriously. The truth is, we all look for peace. We seek it in our daily lives, in our relationships, in our work, and in our free time. And we cannot and will not achieve peace by avoiding saying it. I dare to believe in a better world, a peaceful world. And you may say I'm a dreamer, but I know I'm not the only one. And I hope that today you will join us. Take a leap of faith, raise your voice, and make a step. And the world will be as one. Something Kai said. My friend Kai said once, Heart to Heart is a shared society, but on a smaller scale. Shared society, Jews and Arabs, showering, eating, and sleeping together. We have managed to overcome our struggles and barriers, the strangeness of living in the same cabin with your neighbors. And we made it work. Shared society works on a smaller scale, and everything started out small. Something Salma said, my friend Salma said, in Heart to Heart, we can speak honestly about a conflict in a way we can speak about it at home. So we're flying thousands of kilometers so we can come to an objective place, open our eyes, and look at things from the outside. But why Canada? Out of all the places around the world, Canada. The 2 hours flight, Canada. The place people say sorry instead of sorry, Canada. The place of shared society, Canada. Yes, the personal example, Canada. The place that made it work. A place that we can learn from its multiple cultures, religions, and people. Something my mom said. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she just told me about how much she enjoys those moments when she realizes what kind of a person I've grown to be. Like not so long ago, when we went to the clinic in my kibbutz to see a doctor, and as he was typing the info on his computer, I asked him, how did you start being a doctor? Was it something you always wanted? And she described how surprised she was to hear such a question. She said it amazed her to see how I find interest in people and how I see more of them than meets the eye. Heart to Heart gave me the passion to know other people and to learn from them. And through me, it brought my family and friends to be more involved and aware. This way, the circle is getting wider with every person, friend, and family that joins along. Awakening. I had an awakening this summer when I woke up every day at camp to a new reality, a reality of solidarity. At camp, we learned a lot about our history, shared history, about our identities and beliefs. We are a group of 20 people. 20 different backgrounds, different perspectives, different experiences, 20 different stories. At camp, you learn different sides to the same story in the most honest and authentic way. You learn about yourself from other people, and you realize how we all affect one another and how we're all connected. I had an awakening of the way I affect people and the way I affect my country. That it is my right and responsibility to make sure I do my best to my country, to make it a better place for all. And now I wake up every day to change my reality, to be the way I want it to be, peaceful. A barrier, something that stops people from going somewhere. Language, religion, culture, nationality, sexual orientation, differences, stereotypes, hesitation, fears, barriers. We overcome these barriers in order to go somewhere peaceful, somewhere like home. And to accomplish that, you need to focus on two things. Small things, small words, small changes, they create a bigger picture. And big things, big speeches, big changes. So everyone will notice you and join along the ride. Here are some of mine since this last summer. Having people from 2018 and 19 over in my Polish kibbutz. Heart-to-heart election campaign in September, and then once again in March. Leading an election campaign at school. Joining Heart-to-Heart Alumni Conference. Becoming best friends with Gigi thanks to that conference. Being in Kfar Kala for the first time, and bringing my parents to Kfar Kala for their first time. Leading activities in my youth movement, Hashomer Hatzair, to spread our values. Leading activities for 7th graders about Choice Society with my 2019 group. Coming out in front of my class, lecturing about sexuality, majoring in Arabic, participating in a delegation with Jews, getting accepted to United World Colleges, opening my eyes, noticing Arabic, criticizing things, and keeping an open mind, and ending the all Arabs are terrorist jokes in my class and friends group. All of these things would never have happened if not for Heart to Heart. Heart to Heart is a leadership program in all facets, in all ways. It opened me to the path of social activism and justice. It dared me to dare to dream and to act. Heart to Heart for me is a family of all kinds. And wherever I will be, I will bring Heart to Heart with me. Besides my water bottles of the project and the t-shirt I'm wearing so proudly, Heart to Heart is within me, in my actions and in my words. It's a part of me that will always change me, and I will always change it. And I will spread the word to the entire world about that community who became a family, who believes in peace and leads the way towards it. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Liel, so much. I want to encourage all of you to write questions to Liel or comments of encouragement in the chat. I'm sure you're all inspired by Liel and wondering if the impact lasts, what happens over time. So I'd like to invite Gigi to answer that question for you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Sorry, I mean good evening. I'm Gigi, as everyone calls me, but my actual name is Juman, and it means a pearl. I live in a small town called Kfar Kala. For me, having adventures is very important. And other than Heart to Heart, my favorite one was here at home. On the 20th of July, 2018, I cut my hair really short. Or as my society says, I got a boycott. It shocked everyone, including my mom, that the first thing she did was kick me out of the house for 2 hours. Why? Because here everyone thinks it's a very brave move. But for me, it was very normal. Now I can rock a suit with makeup and a short haircut. My message here is that you will never love yourself to the fullest till you make your changes you wanted to see in yourself, either mentally or physically. It doesn't matter what is your race, your gender, or your sexual orientation. I want you to love yourself. All of that didn't come to me overnight. It all came when I got the chance to find a place where I could find my thoughts, and I found my place in Heart to Heart. I saw many people join Heart to Heart and saw the changes it did on them. So I worked hard and joined this program that led me to be as open, as happy as I can be every day. My parents worked with Jewish people all the time, but I never found the chance to live with one until Heart to Heart. All my life, I wanted to go to camp in the Disney movie Camp Rock, and I did so with Heart to Heart. Going with Jews, who I always thought of as my enemies, was scary. But we found a common language, and I discovered that it's true. The movie was right. Camp does feel like one huge family. Maybe we disagreed a lot during activities, but we never forgot that we are a family, and families fight all the time. Going back was tough. I cried for a week. It felt like I was taken away from the family that cares about me and loves me more than anything. I came back open minded, even more. I found a way to express my feelings and thoughts. I came back confident, ready for a fight, to make shared society something that lasts forever. Heart to Heart built a leader in each one of us. Since 2016 and my summer at Heart to Heart, I joined all the alumni conferences and kept inspiring and encouraging everyone I can to get involved. I joined Through Others' Eyes, a program that also includes Arabs and Jews, where I kept finding ways to send my big message on how we, us the people, can make shared society real, even when the government doesn't want to. This year, I joined the Alumni Leaders Forum and worked with other alumni to make the 2020 Heart to Heart Alumni Conference exist. It was such an honor to be able to shape this event and to work with younger alumni too. I worked with younger Jewish alumni to plan and lead our morning circle and the amazing race. It was so much fun. And just what you expect teens to do in their free time. Basically, go crazy and plan fun, meaningful stuff. Because of the conference, I got to meet more cheerful and ready to work souls that attracted me into being friends with them. And one of them was Leah Suleimani, my dude, who was supposed to be with me in Toronto right now. And yes, we are best friends. Since we met at the conference, we clicked. We talked a lot on the phone. We texted. We went out for breakfast and hung out on the beach. We met again at the pizza and planning night, where we started working on different projects we wanted to do together. After that, we got a friend, Shelif, to join us, and we met again at my house to keep planning. Basically, because I got involved in the conferences, I met new friends and even became best friends. I want to bring more people into Heart to Heart so that they can have these friendships too. When we organized an election campaign earlier this month for the third election the last year, I brought my 13-year-old sister so that she could meet and see the family environment of Heart to Heart. She even came up with one of the slogans that was used in our video, which was, "If you don't vote, who will decide? Who will influence?" It sounds better in Arabic, I promise. I really hope she'll be joining Heart to Heart in 2021. My vision for the Heart to Heart alumni is to keep going forever, so us elders inspire the new babies of Heart to Heart, and so we can all learn from each other's experiences. It's about making Heart to Heart community as big and as strong as possible. It is also about taking our skills back into our communities. Last year, I got inspired by a lot of Heart to Heart alumni, and I joined a youth movement, the Scouts of my town. First, I was put in a small leadership role as a counselor for fifth graders. Then I passed the Scouts Leaders course and got to lead the seventh graders and train them to become leaders themselves. This year, I became the head counselor for young and new counselors, and I also became the official marching band coach and head drummer. Through my leadership roles in Scouts, I worked hard to send the message of shared society. I organized visits with other Jewish Scouts and met with them. Hopefully, after COVID-19, we will get to do that again. All of this hard work started from my trip with Heart to Heart because of two special moments that made me feel powerful and like a leader. One of them was during the first few days of camp. Most of the Arabs in my group didn't know enough English, so I quickly became the official translator. The other experience was when there was a talent show and I secretly signed up to do beatboxing, and boy, was I nervous. But when I went up on stage and started to make music with my mouth and saw the cheers and how everyone came up to me after, it was like I was Justin Bieber or something. I felt that feeling that I'm strong and amazing, not only to be a leader, but to inspire others too. I want to come back to this shared society thing that I keep saying. In our country, we have been living in a conflict over 70 years now. Back in January, when the deal of the century was announced, me and Liel were talking about it. And she asked me, what do I think shared society means? And I said, shared society is when me and you can live side by side without fighting over land, religious places, and differences. That we all can understand that everyone is different. Get over it and live together anyway. Today, I work as hard as I can to keep this idea of shared society alive and moving forward. I want to live in a world where Arabs and Jews can live normally together. In the end, my big message is that our world needs a lot of work. But as Gandhi says, you must be the change you want to see in the world. Or as I say it, don't point fingers at people to change before you change yourself and your world. And I would like to say something else. Good night, because I'm wearing my pajamas. Thank you.
Thank you, Gigi. I'm gonna bring Liel and Gigi back up. Girls, I am so proud of you. It has been such a pleasure to meet with you, I don't know, 1,000,000 hours this week. We've been on WhatsApp, we've been on Zoom. It's really like you've been here in so many ways. And I have to say that to everyone, I want you to understand these amazing young women thought they were going to have the experience of a lifetime on a besties trip to Canada for a 10-day tour, meeting all of you and having adventures. And the moment that it became clear that that wouldn't be happening, they moved so gracefully through the disappointment into work mode to make this amazing evening possible. So I really just want to acknowledge how mature and how thoughtful and impressive and incredible you are. And I'm so grateful to be in community with you and to have you as leaders in the Heart to Heart movement. And I hope that all of you at home get to meet them soon when we're back out of our houses. I also wish that you could have seen them this whole last week cheering each other on. We've been on so many Zoom calls, as I said, like practicing speeches over and over again. And just they've been, as you can see them now, like hanging on every word and smiling and cheering for each other. And just, it's really amazing the friendship that you have. And it's been beautiful to witness it all week. Some of the things that have come up in our conversations that I've really been kind of thinking about more are these words that you kept saying in your speeches and in our conversations, words like family, home, leadership, feeling a responsibility to create change, building the movement, expanding the circle. And it reminded me of a moment at our 2020 alumni conference recently when we had our closing circle. I don't know if you, I guess you remember it. And actually we have many other alumni, and Samira, my co-coordinator and partner in Israel, joining us on the YouTube right now. So hello to all of them. So for all of you that were there in the conference, you remember this moment. And for all of you at home, this is how it was. We were at the end of 2 beautiful, intense days together. And we made everyone sit on the cold, yucky, hard floor in a circle. And we lit candles and we put them in the middle. And we asked everyone to feel when it was their turn to share what was on their heart and mind as we came to the end of our conference. And I heard similar themes coming up in that circle, themes of feeling powerful and feeling seen and heard and loved. And I remember Hussam, who's from our 2011 very first Heart to Heart cohort, who has been at every conference and who was there, and he said he was just coming to drop by, but then he stayed the whole day and was one of the last people to leave. And he said in that circle that he felt so at home and so accepted and so part of the group, even though he was meeting everyone from the newest cohort only that day. And I think that is really what Heart to Heart is all about. It's about creating that place where we can be ourselves and where we can be loved unconditionally in this group. And that's what really gives us the power to go out and act in the world. But I want to be clear, it's not just them that are in that circle at the alumni conference. And it's not just the impact the program has on them. It's about the impact that they are having on the people around them. They are spreading this message of hope, of inclusion, of a shared future. They literally don't know how to stop talking about it. Trust me. I talk to their parents and they lovingly complain about how it's always heart to heart this and heart to heart that. Then they ask me, when is it going to be time to have heart to heart camp in Canada for parents? So I don't think they mind that much. And they're getting their friends involved. They're getting their siblings. You heard Gigi brought her sister to an election campaign activity. They're getting their parents involved. And I'm excited to have the opportunity to share greetings tonight from Liel, and who are you, Liel? From Elle and Gigi's moms. They got together before COVID and social isolation to record this message for you. And as you heard in Liel's speech, it was her parents' first time in Kfar-Kara. So this is what Heart to Heart is. It's bringing people together. It's expanding the circle to the moms.
السلام عليكم مرحبا اسمي أميمة يحيى من كفر قرع أمها لجيجي يحيى كانت مشاركة في هارت تو هارت نخون مزبوط شايفين عبراني عربي تاف تربوت مش تافت بيحد زي يفعل كانت بنتي كثير منطوية قبل ما كانتش اجتماعية كثير بتعاني من علاقات خارجي مع أولاد صفها مع بنات صفها دائما كان عندها صعوبة لاختلاف أفكارها معهن كانت أكثر منفتحة وكان لها صعب يتقبلوها وكانت صعب إنها تفرض نفسها لما سافرت على هارت تو هارت حسيت إن الإشي هذا أعطاها القوة أعطاها الثقة أكثر أعطاها الشخصية وحست إنها هي تقدر تعيش مختلفة في مجتمع مختلف ولا بيقبلش أفكارها أو بيقبلش حريتها والحمد لله من يوم ما سافرت هي اليوم ما شاء الله عنها في طريق اللي هي أكثر انفتاح وأكثر ثقة وأكثر محبة وتعلمت ثقافات كثيرة اللي هي هون وبرا والحمد لله نتمنى إنه هارت تو هارت تستمر إنها تساعد أولادنا وتقدمهم أكثر وأكثر شكرا.
שמי דינה סולימני, אמא של ליה סולימני. אנחנו חברי קיבוץ עין השופט, בעלי ואנוכי. ככה הצטרפנו לתוכנית עם הצטרפותה של ליאל לתוכנית Heart to Heart. אני חושבת שיש לנו הזדמנות להיות פה ביחד ולהתארח אצל המשפחה של ג'יג'י. אני חושבת שבלי התוכנית לא הייתה לנו הזדמנות בכלל להכיר ולחבר שני עולמות, שתי תרבויות. ולהרגיש בנוח ולנהל שיח פתוח ומצחיק וידידותי וחברותי. אנחנו שכנים, גרים פחות או יותר באותו אזור, ואף פעם לא הייתה לנו הזדמנות להיכנס לכפר קרע בכלל. אז אני חושבת שבזכות התוכנית הזאת יש לנו הזדמנות לפתוח את המעגל החברתי, לחבק אחד את השני. להיחשף לתרבות שלכם, לתרבות שלנו, ולנסות להשלים פערים ולחיות ביחד, מקום יותר טוב. נכון. התוכנית הזאת אני חושבת שזה מה שתרמה לליאל. קודם כל אני חושבת שמה שמאפיין אותה זה מאוד הצדק החברתי, השוויון החברתי, שלהסתכל על האדם כאדם שמגיע לו הכל, שמגיע לו טוב. ולראות איך לחבר את הפערים החברתיים שקיימים במדינה, בחברה שלנו, ולחיות ביחד. ואני חושבת שהתוכנית הזאת מ-Heart to Heart זה משהו קטן שהתחיל בקנדה, וזה התפתח היום בארצנו הקטנה למשהו הרבה יותר רחב, הרבה יותר ערכי, להיחשף לשפה שלכם, לשפה שלנו, להכיר את החגים שלכם ושלנו ביחד. ורק להיות פה ביחד ולשבת, אני חושבת שזה הדבר הכי
יפה בעולם.
הכי יפה בעולם.
ורגוע, ממש.
נכון.
לא מרגישה את ההבדלים.
נכון.
אין בדיוק.
אני חושבת שזאת
זה ביחד, לא ערבי ולא יהודי ולא בכלל. אותה שפה. אפילו עברית ערבית מדברים בחופשיות, מרגישים טוב ושמחה ואהבה.
נכון.
אנחנו נקווה שזה ימשיך ככה לעתיד, תמשיכו את הדרך הזאת.
אתם הדור
שלי בדיוק. זה לא יושב אצלכם רק, זה יתפתח למישהו אחר, וזה הכוונה שלנו, שהם ישתתפו כל הזמן וימשיכו עם זה.
להכיל את הערכים האלו.
לא רק להם, לחברה, לכל העם. אנחנו יכולים לחיות ביחד בלי שום בעיה, באהבה ובצדק.
נכון מאוד.
שיהיה לכם טוב, תודה לכם. ביי ביי, סלאם עליכום.
So it seems like everyone's crying. Me too, a little bit. It's just incredible to hear these mothers speaking with each other. It's incredible to see them so warmly next to one another in Gigi's home. I just heard from Liel that Dina is also awake right now, cheering us on. And I really, I had many things I wanted to share with you tonight, but I think really just hearing those mothers, Dina and Omema, speaking again, you get it. You get what we're doing. You get why it's important. So I'm just going to jump to asking you for support, which is part of the main thing we're here to do tonight. Building Heart is our annual fundraiser. It's an opportunity to celebrate and it's an opportunity to support. So in a moment, I'm going to ask Dave to come on up to the screen stage and lead us through our Salam Shalom auction. And here's how it works. You need to be on mobile bid. And if we were in person, you would have this big instruction to help you get there, but I'll just bring it right up to the screen. If you haven't yet texted the number to get on mobile bid, get on there right now. If you're on, you can scroll down to the bottom section where you'll see Heart to Heart Champion, and there are 3 items: a week at camp, alumni engagement, alumni experience, and a day at camp. And I really hope that you will support us. You've heard from Liel, you've heard from Gigi, you've heard from their mothers. We're truly making a difference thanks to you, and we need your support. So you'll be able to bid by writing in the chat, but also you can just go ahead and give when Dave asks you. If anyone printed out the auction card, you want to raise it up at home, feel free, and it's going to be fun. So while we're getting started and while you're on mobile bid, you can also check out the silent auction again. Particularly, you might want to check out the Good Doctor. It's kind of a fun one. Some cool bracelets, some necklaces, personal training, lots of restaurants. There's lots of great stuff on there. So take a moment, get yourself set up on mobile bid, and then let's have some fun and raise some money in support of Heart to Heart.
Oh my gosh. Hey everybody, is everyone there? Are you there? Are we here? Are we there? What's happening? I'm really excited. I'm freaking out right now. I don't know if you're all freaking out right now, but I'm freaking out. I'm standing in my apartment, and the wild thing is right now is that this is the first time that I've ever done something like this. This is the first time I think many of us have ever done something like this. You know what I was thinking about? How incredible it is that we are at a time right now where people are like online doing like, you know, yoga classes, and people are having their kids do music classes, and everyone's doing all this stuff online. And all these events are canceled, and I'm in the events business, and everyone's freaking out about it. And this is literally, we are all trailblazers here in the events business, because this is the first I've heard of anyone doing this. I'm so impressed with the fact that Heart to Heart has pulled things together. And I'm going to read a couple comments here, if you don't mind, because I've been watching the thread. I'm going to read a couple comments here, if you don't mind, about how incredible it is. And if I mispronounce anyone's names, I apologize. But Mara Mazer saying, what an accomplishment getting this evening up and running digitally. Can you imagine how quickly this was just turned around? I haven't even gotten used to like staying at home all the time, and somehow we've turned around this event. It's incredible. How about let's give a shout out to some people who are joining us from around the world. Listen to this. We have Rachel Cohen here from England. Great job to the Heart to Heart team who made tonight and this incredible program possible. It's incredible. I love that. How about a little shout out to people who might be in Canada? Peter Conquergood. Is that really your name? Peter Conquergood? You conquer good? Peter Conquergood with Barbara Landau saying, watching from Bob Cajun. It was in Bob Cajun. Great job being done by the whole team bringing this night together. It is incredible. And I have to say this too, is that this is my first time doing something like this where I'm in my apartment alone. And so it's a little bit strange because right now I am actually, like, my reality is that I'm in my apartment alone talking really, really fast. And I'm going to continue to talk fast. But if I talk too fast, if there's like a lag and it gets a little choppy, text in the text thread because I'm watching all of it right now. Philadelphia. My buddy Nate Green is from Philadelphia. I mean, not from. He's in Philadelphia right now. So we have people from all over the world watching, and this is incredible. What we've come together to do right now, and no pressure on me, of course, is what we've come together to do right now is raise a whole bunch of money for a really important cause. And I can't even believe, can I be honest with you for a second? I knew that we were going to hear from Gigi and Liel, and I knew that Jenny was going to talk, and I knew that we were going to see some videos. I did not know. I was just as surprised. I can't believe that we just watched a video of Umayma and Dina, Gigi and Liel's moms, sitting together. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm getting all emotional. I'm like, oh my God, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Like Heart to Heart, it's not just about the kids coming together for summer camp. This is a seed. It's a seed that's blossoming and blooming into their communities. It's unbelievable. Adults, their parents. Think about their parents and think about, like their history and that they're being brought together, right? It's unbelievable. And literally, as I had the thought, this is the most beautiful thing in the world, one of their moms said, this is the most beautiful thing in the world, that the two of us can sit here together on this couch together, speaking the same language. It's unbelievable what's happening. So let's get on with the auction because I'm going to do a lot of talking. And I actually have no frame of reference for like when we're done one of the auction items. So we're just going to like go through it, and I'm going to keep talking, and I'm going to be sweating, and I'm going to be going crazy, and it's amazing. And then there's going to be a video before each one of our auction items. So before each one of our auction items, we're going to post a video. I'm sorry that my screen's just like you hear that little pinging in the background. I apologize for that, but I'm going to show you videos of each one of the auction items. And then what I would like you to do is you can go on and make a bid privately. You can go on mobile bid and make a bid privately. But what would be amazing is if you would actually text in the YouTube chat thread how much you bid. And don't be shy. Now's not a time about being shy, because the thing about a live auction is that when I'm auctioning live, everyone can see everyone. And then there's like a little bit of like peer pressure, going on where it's like, oh, they bid and I'm going to bid too. And I want to support, we're all going to support. So because we're all online together, we can't lose that element. We need people to see how much people are giving. We need people to see that people are involved, people are contributing, and that will be the strength of this. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by showing you a video of our first auction item. This is for a week at camp.
Despite living just 20 minutes apart, Heart to Heart participants rarely have the opportunity to meet. Immersed in the magic of summer camp and the beauty of Canadian nature, they are given a safer space to explore their identities and the challenges they face back home while developing true friendships. Away from home, they are able to see things and each other with fresh eyes. The break from being surrounded by their families and communities pushes the participants to gain independence and forge new friendships, It enables them to examine and move past built-up stereotypes and fears of one another that they've inherited from their context back home. Camp provides an opportunity to experience, often for the first time, a different possibility of how things could be. At camp, they don't just talk about shared society, they live it. Participants work together to figure out how they will live together with mutual respect for 3 weeks in a completely new, mosquito-filled environment. When you give the gift of a week at camp, you build the platform that enables our young participants to truly break down the barriers that exist between their communities. You give them the ability to return home confident, knowing that it is possible to live together because they've experienced it firsthand.
All right, so check this out right now. It's a $5,000 donation to send one youth to camp for the entire summer. I believe it's 3.5 weeks of summer camp. And then there's alumni programming when they go back home, which, as you can see, is super important because they're connecting with people in the community, they're keeping engaged, their families are being engaged. It's incredible. When I sat with Jenny at our meeting before this and she told me about all the things that are happening, like they have a welcome home event where people come together. The families are all coming together. It's not just Liel and Gigi's moms who are coming together. All the parents, all the families are coming together. It's incredible. So that alumni experience after the summer is like just as equally valuable as the summer camp experience. So if someone, I'm just going to throw this out there just for fun because I came up with the idea last year to send two youth to summer camp, a Palestinian and a Jewish citizen of Israel together to summer camp for $2,100. But I want to know, just for fun, if you don't mind, let's just entertain this for a second. Would someone, and you can just drop it in the thread, would someone just come out guns blazing and do $5,000 to send a youth to camp for the entire summer and facilitate their entire alumni program in that entire year? I'm looking for someone to just be that person and just come out of the gates and give us $5,000 right now. $5,000 is one person. If just one person did it, think about how incredible that is. If just one person did that, that is like moving. Last year during our live auction, we raised $30,000. We raised $30,000 in like 11 minutes. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And what's brilliant about it is that it means that we have an engaged group of people. We have an engaged community. I'm looking for someone to come on and just do $5,000 right away. And if you're that person, and someone's going to message me and let me know if someone does that $5,000 thing. So let's move on, though. I want to share a quick story. And I know that my time here is limited, so I got a couple things I want to say. Last year during the event, I was driving to the event, and it was on April 4th. That was my birthday, okay? I turned 38 years old, turning 39 this year. That being said, my birthday this year is going to be canceled because of what's going on, so I'm not actually turning 39 this year. But I was driving to the event last year, and a friend of mine called me up to wish me happy birthday. His name's Nathaniel Green. He's a pediatrician down in Philadelphia right now. And I was telling him about the event that I was going to. He knew nothing about it. And I told him about Heart to Heart. And I told him, he said, well, how much is like an item? I want a bid. I said, it's $1,000 and it's $1,050 to send a youth to camp for a week. And he said, well, then I want to send a Palestinian citizen and a Jewish citizen to camp together for a week. And I was like, yeah, that's $2,100. And he's like, yeah, I know. Like, I'm an intelligent guy. And right away, just like that, he knew nothing about the organization. I gave him an elevator pitch, and he gave us $2,100. And when I told the room that, and I waited just a few seconds, like people started to put their hands up, and people were just giving $2,100. And we raised like $18,000, which was actually amazing because it was like a high and double high. We raised $18,000 in like 30 seconds. And so right now, I would like someone to, and I'm going to keep talking until someone puts in the chat thread that they're going to give us $2,100. I need at least one person to give us $2,100 because if he could do it so quickly, and he just heard about the organization, and everyone here is connected to the organization. You're connected to someone in Israel, or you're connected to someone here, or you're connected to someone on the committee, or you care about summer camp, or you're a family member of mine because my family's watching. I want someone right now to give me $2,100 and just type into the chat thread in YouTube that you're giving $2,100. I'm looking for someone to give me $2,100. I'm looking for 2 people to give me $2,100. I'm looking for 3 people to give me $2,100. I want people to think about what's actually happened here. Think about the videos you just watched. Think about the good that you're doing. That is an incredible thing. This is like, and what I love about what's happening right now is that when we think about the fact that we are all here together, when we think about the fact that we are all here together doing this tonight with what's going on in the world, it's actually such a blessing that Heart to Heart has brought us together to be able to do some social good while we're at home. Because someone today asked me, she said, are you doing anything good right now? And I was feeding the homeless down the street at my shul, but that closed because of what's happening right now. And I said to her, I was like, you know what? I actually haven't been doing like too much, I guess, for my community right now. I'm calling my family and friends, but right now we have the opportunity for everyone to come together right now from the comfort of your home, giving $2,100. But we're going to move on to the actual week at camp, which is $1,050 to support 1 week at camp for youth participant. It's camp time, so it's basically worth 100 years of growth and change. And here's what I want to say about this. If I may just go on a rant, I grew up at summer camp. I went to summer camp for 30 years. 1985 was my first day at summer camp. Summer camp impacted my life so much that my business partner in life, I have a company called Keepsake Video, where we preserve people's stories for future generations, called Keepsake Video. My partner and I met at summer camp. He was a camper. He was a camper of mine, 10 years younger than me. And we are working a business together. Summer camp changed my life so much that summer camp was the first time in my life. So I went to camp for a long time as a kid and a youth and a teenager. But then when I got a little bit older and I grew up at camp, and I started to like realize that some of the most meaningful connections in my life were at summer camp. Summer camp has changed my life so much that I promise you, and this is not an exaggeration, for anyone who knows me, all I wear are summer camp t-shirts. Literally, my whole wardrobe, summer camp Ohanawan, that was one of the camps I went to. My entire wardrobe literally is summer camp shirts. That's how much I like summer camp. Literally, everything I wear outside of this live auction is summer camp. All I do is live and breathe summer camp because that's the impact that it has. And think about these kids coming together, these youth coming together is incredible. So we're looking for people to donate $1,050 to send a youth to camp for a week. I want you to bid in there. I want you to show. Type in what you're giving. It's okay, Karen. Heart to Heart is 3.5 weeks. Give 1, give 2, give 3. Remember, it's $5,000 for an entire summer. That's incredible with the alumni programming. And I want to read out just a couple more thoughts that people were sharing online because I was watching and I'm sweating and I'm moving fast and I'm talking fast. And I had a dry erase board, but I know you can't actually see what I'm writing. So I'm looking for $5,000. I'm looking for $1,050, but I don't even know if you can see that because the light behind me, see, I got a studio light. I'm sweating. I'm dripping sweat under this right now. That camp shirt is absorbing all my sweat. I want to read out a couple comments that some people made because they're important. Maya Biederman. Hello from Maya. I'm here because I've had the good fortune of being a heart-to-heart madricha, constantly inspired by this community and grateful to be a part of it. Thank you for sharing that thought. It's important. Michael Diamond said, I'm joining because when young people aspire to build bridges and learn about each other, the rest of us need to not only provide support, but listen carefully to what they have to say. And right now is about providing that support. So I want a couple more people. If you haven't done it yet, please donate $1,050 to send a Palestinian or Jewish youth citizen of Israel to camp for a week. And if you're feeling inspired right now, and you're just like, I love summer camp too, and tonight's been amazing, and what an incredible program, and as if Heart to Heart was able to pull this thing off so last minute, I'm giving $2,100, and I'm going to send a Palestinian and a Jewish youth together. They're going to have an experience, and what's incredible about it is that you sitting at home right now, you sitting at home, look at this megaphone that I have. You sitting at home, have the opportunity to make real change in the world. Can you believe it? You are going to, not only these kids are going to go home after these youth. I keep calling them kids because I'm turning 39, so I think I'm like some kind of adult. These youth are going to go home and they're going to change the world that they live in, literally change the world they live in. I think I've exhausted myself in this first run of auction and bidding. Obviously, you can go on mobile bid and bid $2,100, bid $5,000, bid $1,050. But let's move on to our next auction item. Right now, we're looking at alumni continuing the journey in Israel for $500. Let's roll that video.
The Heart to Heart Alumni Program is what makes Heart to Heart more than a summer experience. It's the much-needed platform for our alumni to build cross-cohort relationships and become part of a network of young leaders who share values and a mission to create social change. At the core of the program is our annual Heart to Heart Alumni Conference, where alumni get to strengthen relationships, build new ones, explore pressing questions, ideas, and issues, and get connected with the larger landscape of community leaders and activists working to build shared society in Israel. When you support the alumni program, you ensure that our youth are empowered to reach their full potential as influencers, leaders, and changemakers in their communities.
Yeah, I'm still awake.
Count me in. Unless I'm already there. Is that me? Am I already there? There's a little bit of a lag. So like I stand there for a second feeling awkward before I'm on the screen. And I apologize for that. I think you may have seen me like scratch my nose, pick my nose. I don't even know what was happening. Can I give you an update right now, which is incredible? We have sold 9 weeks of camp so far. That's a beautiful thing. We sold weeks of camp before this even happened. So thank you to the people who came on before this event even happened and donated and bid. We can't even thank you enough. And a big shout out to the Malamets for a $5,000 donation. $5,000 donation. I am giving a round of applause right now. You should be at home giving a round of applause. Thank you so much for your support. Can't even tell you how much we appreciate it. This is unbelievable. This is like world changing. This is a world changing movement that we're involved in right now. It's unbelievable. And I know, and here's the thing, is that if we've sold 9 weeks of camp and won $5,000 bid, then that means that we are at $14,000. Around just above $14,000, and we raised $30,000 last year. And that doesn't mean that if we don't raise that this year, that it's like, oh, we didn't, reach our goal last year. But we might as well try. Didn't put this bow tie on for no good reason. You know what I mean? We're here to raise money. We're here for a good cause. So we're going to move on right now to alumni continuing the journey in Israel. Support one of our older alumni through a year of engaging programming as part of our alumni network and community in Israel. What's incredible about that, I was talking to Jenny, was describing this to me about what's happening in Israel after the summer camp experience, that this is a growing community, right? All the cliches we can think of. One drop starts a waterfall. Do you know what I mean? It's like, this is something that's going to grow. This is something that's going to make a difference. These youth, these families, these people, they are going to grow up and they are going to make a difference in the world because they've experienced this. That's amazing. When I think about it, it's actually crazy, because I was talking to my sister the other day about summer camp in Ontario, and I was thinking about like making a meaningful impact in the world. And she was like, well, when you go to summer camp and you influence all these kids to be like really good people, then they go back out in the world and they're good people. You're spreading that out into the world. But like, those are kids in Ontario, those are kids in Toronto. We are talking about people who are coming from overseas. They're coming to Ontario. They're doing this program. They're going back, and we are like, it's unbelievable. I'm sorry to like calm down for a second, but when I think about what we're doing, it's actually unbelievable. And I apologize for myself that I don't make a ton of money in my life, and so I can't donate. So all I can do is come here and rant. But anyways, let's start off right now. We're looking for people to get $500 right now to send to provide programming, alumni programming for someone for a year in Israel after summer camp. To provide program for the alumni. They're gonna come together, they bring it back together, and really keeping those connections is what's amazing. That's really what we're doing, right? You have the 3.5 weeks at camp, and you're making that connection, you're bringing it back to Israel. And what I love, and I just got to give a little thank you to my buddy Nathaniel. My buddy Nathaniel, I'm sorry to keep repeating his name, but he's in for $500. He's in for $500. A guy who just called me to wish me happy birthday one day has now donated $2,600 to what we're doing here, and that's such a beautiful thing. Thank you. Thank you to everyone online. I want to get some names. Thank you to everyone so much. Thank you, Esther and Paul. Thank you to who else do we got? Kevin Sachs. Have you donated yet? Maybe what I should do is call out people's names just for fun, because if you hadn't donated yet, you'll be donating online right now if I'm calling you out, because that's the beauty of a live auction. So I'm just going to mention some names right now, like Karen Golden and Debbie Michnick. Thank you so much. And I want to read a couple more comments that people have written online about what's happening here. From Samira Asi, hello everyone. I'm here because I believe strongly in the power of this program to bring the light to the difficult reality in Israel. Big support to our amazing alumni community. Another one, if you don't mind me taking a moment to read people's comments. Matan Lutzgarten. I'm sorry, that's the first time I've ever seen your name, so I apologize if I didn't pronounce it properly. Building Heart is a highlight in my year. Building Hearts. This event is one of the highlights of their year, always because of the moving messages from the participants. Thank you, Liel and Gigi. And I'll tell you this right now, Liel and Gigi have seen all of your comments online. Behind the scenes, they're like, it's like so grateful. Kareen, is it Kareen or Krieger giving $500 times 2 for alumni experience to 2 kids? Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you so much. Yes, we'll continue a $500 alumni program. Thank you, Debbie. Robert Granatstein. Robert Granatstein? Who cares? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's so nice of you. And how about this? This is how much, and I've actually felt, if you don't mind, that this whole summer camp experience and bringing people together is so powerful that while people have been at home, I've actually felt that there's been like a little bit almost it's felt a little summer campy. The fact that everyone's at home, it means we're apart. But people have been coming together in video chats, doing things like this, being creative. That's what's amazing about camp, is that you're creative and you come up with different ways. And when adversity strikes, or when, if there's like a rainstorm and you're like a rainy day program, It's being creative. To the point where the other day, truly, literally, this is how much I love summer camp. I built a miniature flagpole that every morning on my Instagram account at Dave Keystone, I literally have been raising the flag every morning and just giving like a happy thought of the day. And if you don't think that in the next few days, my happy thought of the day is the fact that we came together and did this is unbelievable. And then I wrote a little jingle. It goes, oh, happy to the world. We sing this song together with hearts all full of love. Be kind to one another. I'm literally going to make this a flagpole in the next few days because what we're doing here together tonight is so beautiful. Thank you so much for everyone who's been donating. Can't even thank you enough. And now we're going to go into our final auction item. It's a day at camp for $150 a day at camp. And let's roll that video. I am sweating.
We believe that each and every day at camp has the potential to change a heart, change a mind, and change a life. Perhaps it's the day that Majd and Nir discover their shared love of soccer. Perhaps it's the day that Lila learns to swim, taught and encouraged by her fellow heart-to-heart participants and counselors. It could be the day that Maya takes an interest in Aya's daily reading of the Quran and discovers that she's pretty good at recitation. Maybe it's Yom Heart to Heart, the day that each cohort works together to plan and execute a full afternoon of activities for the rest of camp, sharing their languages, traditions, and cultures. Or maybe it's the night that everyone stays up until 3 a.m, talking and deepening their bonds. Each day at camp brings new experiences, new challenges, and new insights. When you give the gift of a day at camp, you enable our youth to continue working for change, one day at a time.
Like, who doesn't miss summer camp? Who doesn't miss summer camp? It's my favorite. We're going for a day at camp right now, $150. I'm looking for $150 for a day at camp. I know right now that we've already sold 19 days at camp, which is unbelievable. Thank you all so much. Right now, we're at about 15. We're just above $15,000 in this live auction, which is actually incredible. And you know something? Who knew how tonight was gonna go? Do you know what I mean? Like, who knew? From the tech side of things, from like making sure that the internet's working, making sure that you all show up. Were you gonna show up? I was like, are they gonna show up? And then like 10 minutes before, we found out that there were like 130 people online watching, and 130 people is just 130 IP addresses or accounts, meaning that there's like probably 170, 180, 190 people watching right now, which is unbelievable. Thank you all so much for coming out. But I would like to push us even further. I'd like to push us even further. I would like to push us even further because that's what I'm doing here right now. I'm going to take off the coat. Usually when I do a live auction, I take off the coat, but I decided to keep the coat on. There is a very powerful studio light behind my, and you know, like, and you know what's even funnier is that the whole time that I've been talking here right now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a huge bay window in my apartment. And I can absolutely see people in their apartments looking across the way at me doing this right now. What's up, everybody? I wish I could tell them what we're doing here right now because it's so exciting. I'm like, you know, it's like a telethon. It's like a telethon. If anyone wants a telethon, I'm here at a telethon. Look at my armpits sweating. This is what's happening here right now. I'm freaking out. And my job here right now is to freak out. My job is to freak out right now on you because I want you to dig deep and I want you to donate. And here's what we're gonna do right now. We had a $5,000 donation. Thank you so much for that. We had a whole bunch of week at camp donations. Thank you so much for that. Can't thank you enough. We had a whole bunch of days of alumni continuing the journey in Israel. Thank you so much. Can't even thank you enough. I'm gonna go back to this chat thread for a second. And then we've probably by now, what do we have? More than 20 days at camp so far. That's unbelievable. But the last thing that I wanna do, and this is something that I do from my own little heart to yours, is a give what you can. So if it wasn't about $500 and it wasn't about $150 and it wasn't about $1,050 and it wasn't about $5,000, maybe your number was $360. Maybe your number was $180, $118. Maybe your number was $90. Whatever your number was, donate that. Simple as that. It's amazing that I'm still here in my apartment because once I'm off screen, I'm just gonna be like here alone. And I'm gonna be sad because I can see all you right now in this chat thread and I want you donating, please. So I'm gonna go back through it. It's like, give $2,100 to send a Jewish and Palestinian youth citizen in Israel to an Ontario summer camping experience You saw the videos. You heard Gigi and Liel speak. You heard their moms, Umaima and Dina, speak. Donate, please. And I think that's as far as I can go. My armpit sweat is unbelievable. Thank you all so much. It has been, I'm so grateful to have been invited back to be a part of this journey and this adventure. I think that it's incredible that we've all come together at a time right now, as you all know, because everyone knows what's happening. At a time right now, the fact that you took the time to come here and reach deep into your pockets to make some difference and do some good in the world is amazing. I'm so thankful. It's unbelievable.
Okay, starting my video. Am I on? I'm on. Hi, everyone. Second technical glitch of the evening, only 2. That's pretty incredible. Dave, I don't know if your internet totally dropped off, but if you can hear this, thank you. We owe you a debt of gratitude for even just making us smile and laugh and being so heartwarmed by everything you had to say, and raising us a whole bunch of money. So I want to say thank you so much to Dave, and thank you so much to all of you for contributing. I'm going to bring Liel and Gigi back on for a moment so that we can all say a big thank you. And then we're going to have some music to close out our evening. So Gigi, Liel, shall we do our thank you?
Liel, you first.
We didn't
thank you all very much. Yeah, I want to use this stage to just say a really big thank you to Jenny here, who really did beyond what anyone could do. And also Mazer in the backstage, and just the people in the crowd, you're so supportive and just have so much faith in us. And it just that's the reason I'm awake at 3:15 at night right now. So really, thank you all so much.
And I would like to say also thank you very much for everyone. I just read the comments and all I wanted to do is cry, but I'm wearing makeup, so I can't cry. It sucks that I'm not there at the moment in the conference itself in Toronto, but I'm so happy we get to do this and to inspire all of you to donate and be here for Heart to Heart to continue forever, because all of this will not be happening without you. And my big thanks goes to Jenny and Mazer. Guys, you're superheroes. As I used to tell Jenny before, you're my fairy godmother. So all of this will never happen. Me being me, Liel being Liel, is just because of you guys, and big thank you. And guys, donate. We need you. We need we need your money right now. We do. It's COVID-19 time, and we need to beat it by having heart-to-heart leaders going forward forever. So thank you. And I need to change to my DJ, so good night.
Thank you so much, Gigi and Liel. You are allowed to go to sleep now, but you can also stay and join us for some wonderful music to end the evening. You both are so truly inspiring. It's been such a pleasure to spend time with you this week, and I look forward to the next time we can be together in person. Okay, whew. I feel like every time I hear Dave do his thing, I get really amped up and then don't know what to do afterwards because I'm so blown away. And hearing Liel and Gigi again, I'm so blown away by how just what a fantastic community we have, and all of you watching at home are part of it. One of the things that we do at camp all the time is sing, and it's good for the soul, it's good for the heart, it's good for building community. So even though we can't all see each other right now, I encourage you to sing along. You were sent a link to a document of all of the lyrics. Probably you know a lot of them already, but you can open that up, and we're gonna have a chance to do some singing together to close out our evening. I also wanna just let you know that we're gonna keep the auction open for a few more minutes so that you have a chance to go in and make those last donations. And I had another technical thing to share with you, but I've forgotten it. It's 9:16, so we didn't quite keep our promise of 1 hour, but we're so grateful for all of you being here. We're going to bring on the Zoskis now to close us out with some beautiful music, and I encourage you to join along. I'm turning on their videos. Gigi and Leo, can you turn off your videos? And I love you.
Okay. Thank you, Heart to Heart, for inviting us to sing in support of this such an important, beautiful program that has an enormous positive ripple effect in the world. And the Zoski singers started singing at camp. Unfortunately, we can't be together because of social distancing. So I'm going to be turning it over to my sister, Stacy, and her son, Seth. We have 3 songs to sing. Feel free to sing to all of them, but especially the third one is going to be a facilitated sing song. And so please stay with us and enjoy.
Thank you so much, Jen. We're so honored to be closing out this amazing event, live streaming. It's crazy. We're so impressed by the organization, and it's really amazing to be a part of it. So let's sing. We're going to start with Imagine. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you care. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Be as one. Thank you.
I heard you all. I can feel it.
Now we're gonna do a little more of an upbeat one. Sure you all know who the Beatles are. We're gonna do their song called Revolution. Sing along. You say you want a revolution, well, you know, we all want to change the world. You tell me that it's evolution, well, you know, we all want to change the world. But when you talk about destruction, don't you know that you can count me out? But you know it's gonna be alright. But you know it's gonna be alright. But you know it's gonna be alright. Come on! You say you got a real solution. Well, you know, we'd all love to see the plan. You ask me for a contribution. Well, you know, we're doing what we can. But if you want money from people with minds that hate, all I can tell you is, brother, you have to wait. But you know it's gonna be alright. But you know it's gonna be alright. But you know it's gonna be alright. Let's go! You say you'll change the Constitution. Well, you know, we all want to change your head. You tell me it's the institution. Well, you know, you better free your mind instead. But if you go carrying pictures of Chairman Mao, you ain't gonna make it with anyone anyhow. But you know it's gonna be alright. 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 Alright. Yeah.
Thank you.
I heard you singing.
Now we've got to sing along.
Now we're gonna do a sing-along. Everyone get your lyrics out. To put a little love in your heart. Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand. Put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate. Put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Another day goes by and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. If you want the world to know we won't let hatred grow, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Take a good look around, and when you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when
you decide. Kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart. Last chorus. The world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Everyone, put a little love in your heart. Each and every day now. Put a little love in your heart. And no other way now. Put a little love in your heart. It's up to you. Put a little love in your heart. Come on now. Put a little love in your heart. One more time. Put a little love in your heart. Thank you so much.
Thank you, heart to heart.
Thank you so much to the Zoskis. My heart and my soul have been lifted. Really and truly, I can't thank you guys enough. To the Zoskis, to Dave. I don't know who else would agree to go down this crazy adventure of a virtual event. And we're so appreciative and thank you so much for sharing your talents with us. Thank you to everyone, and a huge thank you to our volunteers tonight, Miriam and Kevin in the background, and a big, big, big thank you to Jacob Mazer, who is behind all the tech on this, and who I feel so blessed to have messaged a couple of years ago saying, hey, do you want to do some social media posts for Heart to Heart? And that blossomed into a beautiful, much larger role in Heart to Heart that we're so grateful to have you in. Really couldn't have made this happen without you. Heart to Heart has an incredible team. Our lay leaders led by Mark and Debbie, my partner and colleague in Israel, Samira, our summer team, Erin, Maya, Mohammed, who are all on here right now, and Mazer, who's with us year round, making all this happen. I feel so lucky to be working with such wonderful partners, and all of you who I feel like I'm in a room with right now who are watching from home. I'm truly grateful for your partnership. None of this happens without you and without your support. So thank you so much, so much from the bottom of my heart for tuning in tonight, for being with us, for raising a whole bunch of money. You will be getting an email from me very soon letting you know all the great things that happened tonight and future ways to get involved in Heart to Heart and connect during this time of social distancing. We're going to really look for ways to come together. Our alumni have already been organizing Zoom calls with one another so they can stay connected and activities that they can do online together. And we're hoping to be able to extend an invitation, get all of you involved with that as well very soon. So thank you so much. Wishing you all a wonderful evening and good night. Good night.
2, 3, amazing!